welcome and thank you so much for joining me, Alyssa Arundell, for your April 2021 tarot card reading. For this month, we're going to pull 3 tarot cards to look into the personal development side of what this month can offer. And then we're going to pull an oracle card to just explore that more spiritual side of what may be happening. But this is a general reading and I hope that you do get something from it. But if you would like to reach out for your personal one-to-one consultation with me, I'd be honored to work with you, and I'll leave that info in the description box down beneath this video, as well as your free 3-card tarot reading if you would like to explore that. But without further ado, let's get into this month and see what the cards hold for you. Hello lovely Aries, and welcome to your April 2021 tarot card reading. Let's have a look at what your fiery energy is going to bring you for this month and see what is happening for you there. We're also going to use the Dragon Path Oracle cards for your reading this month, as they do contain that fiery energy that you are so wonderful at pushing out into the world. So let's pull your 3 tarot cards for the month of April, Aries. So the first card that comes up for you is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a very airy kind of card. And if she is a person, she tends to represent somebody who is usually a female, although that's not always the case, but somebody who can come across as a little bit cold, as a little bit emotionless, but actually underneath that steely exterior, she's very witty and very funny, although she can be very blunt. So it could be that somebody comes into your world this month who has that blunt tongue, who says something to you, and it might be very honest, but that information may not always be delivered with a lot of tact. So it's just to be aware of that. It could also mean that you maybe want to take on some of these attributes yourself for this month. Have you been too giving? Have you been too willing to give too much of yourself away or be too warm? And maybe those things have not been reciprocated in the way that you want. It's not telling you to become a cold person, but maybe just hold a little bit of yourself back until you feel like you can trust the people in your life. Take things very slowly if you're meeting new people this month, Aries. The next card that comes up for you is the 5 of Cups reversed. The 5 of Cups can very often represent us feeling like we have lost something or missed out on some kind of opportunity area. Very often when we see reversed cards come out in tarot, some of us can be like, oh, because it kind of turns the meaning of the card on its head, right? But because this card is not one of the easiest cards when it's upright, the fact that it's reversed is actually quite a good thing. It's actually a lot more cheerful when it is presented upside down. In a worst case scenario, it could be warning you that you've become very sad by a loss. This could be a breakup, and what can happen is then we start to think of all the good times that we had and not really consider the advantages of that loss, of that breakup. So that's in the worst case scenario, but the 5 of Cups reversed generally points to a better phase coming into your life, that any sorrow or regrets that you might be feeling are going to diminish with time, and that you're really starting to build yourself a very wonderful new future. There may be a few sharp pebbles as you're walking along that new path, but I think what this is saying to you is that life has provided you with all those skills and all that experience to move past any difficulties that you've faced. And you have that Queen of Swords on your side, which again is saying don't give too much of yourself away, hold a little bit back for yourself. So actually quite a confident month coming up in April. People might be a bit surprised at how you've changed in some way, but actually this is a really positive thing. Your final tarot card is Temperance. So this is about mixing and balancing. Patrick and I were talking in one of the last daily shows that we did, was that balance doesn't mean that things have to be equal. If we look at this card, she's mixing water from one jug to the other. But who's to say that the exact amount of water is in each jug? she's finding the right balance for her or for him. And this is kind of what I feel you're navigating this month. You're finding the right kind of way that you want to be respected. Like, what do you want from your relationships? What are your kind of standards? Maybe in some areas of your life you feel that your standards are so high that people can't reach them. And so maybe it's about being a bit more realistic, that we're all flawed human beings. But maybe in other areas of your life, you've lowered the standards and made excuses for other people's behavior because you care deeply about them. So I think really this is a month of you claiming back your own power, having that fire inside you, but not giving it all away at once. So this very quietly confident month, but I don't see anything negative about that. In fact, I see you more coming into your power because of that. So let's have a look at what the dragons have got to say to you, because this is very much in line with your energy as a fire sign. And it comes up with the card here, Luna. Wow, this is so beautiful. I feel this month you're going to get a lot from following the moon phases, and really when the new moon comes in, to think about what it is you want to bring into your world, because new moons typically are aligned with manifestation and what you want to happen. And then the full moons that come up, it's about releasing and seeing what you want to let go of. I think for some of you, doing an actual kind of ritual of some kind is going to be helpful. This could be as easy as, for a full moon, writing down the things you want to banish from your world, putting that on a piece of paper and burning that. Or what you want to bring into your world, you can do the same. If you use fire as a cleansing tool, just know that whenever I've done manifestation work with fire, it can happen very quickly. Because fire is, fast moving, very consuming. If you would prefer things to happen a bit more slowly so you have more control over the situation, then I suggest maybe putting that letter in water and letting it gently dissolve. And some people would say this kind of stuff's a load of baloney and, what are you talking about? But actually, a lot of people that say that haven't tried it. And it's one of those things that when you do try any kind of ritualistic thing, it does have an effect, because a ritual is simply an outward expression, an outward action of something that we're thinking or feeling. And anything that we do outwardly, any action that we do outwardly, always has a cause and effect, because that is how our universe is built. So yes, a ritual is symbolic, but what that is telling your brain and your subconscious mind is that you're willing and ready to take an action step to change your life. And that's actually a very powerful tool. People use it in life coaching, in sports coaching, in how to break habits and change them into new habits that are very fulfilling. So anything that is revolving around doing some kind of ritualistic work around the moon, I think could be very beneficial. But ultimately, you're standing in your power, you're moving away from any sadness, grief, or anything you feel that you've lost, and you're really balancing out those energies within yourself, so that as you're moving forwards for the rest of the year, you're actually in a solid place. So this month is so important as a kind of stepping stone to really boost in your confidence. And I'm really excited for you, Aries, because you deserve all the joy that the world can offer you. So there you have your April 2021 tarot card reading. Thank you so much for joining me this month and sharing the space with you. I so look forward to reading for you again next month. But if you would like to reach out to me for that live one-to-one consultation, I'd be honored to work with you. And I'll leave that information of how you can do that in the description box beneath this video. But until we speak again next month, stay safe and take care. Alyssa.